last game there against Auburn, were there any steps you were hoping to see the offense take, and do you think you got a fair shot at that, even with your starting quarterback out for most of it?
It's hard to go back and evaluate a lot of that. You can evaluate some individual performances, but just because of the nature of the injuries, I mean, first drive you lose your starting running back, your starting quarterback. Second drive you lose your starting tight end. You're already down a couple of wide receivers. At that point, it's just about figuring out how do you put enough patches on it to win the game. And ultimately, I think the great reminder for me is it's about winning the football game and not getting caught up with the outside noise and measurements of everybody's team. All right, it's about playing on Saturday and finding a way to win that game and not worrying about what the criticisms, are you going to drop in the polls, all that stuff. None of that matters. At the end of the day, you play to win the game. And if you win, you figure out why you did. And if you lose, you figure out why you didn't, and you keep going to work. And getting caught up in what people's opinions are about our football team is a waste of time. And I don't care. I really don't. I don't care what anybody says about our team. Our team is our team. It's who we got. I love those guys. We're trying like heck every day to get a little bit better to try to go win on Saturdays. And that's what this team displayed on Saturday. And couldn't be any more proud of them. And whether or not people think, whatever people think about it, I really don't care.
You guys are 7-0 in one-score games the last 2 years. What's the common thread there?
We need to be in those because we're not good when we get blown out, I think that's a great stat. I think our guys focus on situational football. I think we understand it. We play to that. We talk about it all the time. The margins are so small, and if you can get in those games, maybe that's when a coach can have some impact on the strategy they use. But I think that's a little bit skewed because both the LSU and the Georgia game should have been one-score games. We end up throwing the pick six at the end of the LSU game. That's a one-score game, and so we had a chance there too. In Georgia too, we ended up giving up that field goal after the pick, which made it a 9-point game. So, balls bounced towards us. Maybe 2022, we were not nearly as good in one-score games. So sometimes the ball bounces for you. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes veteran teams find ways to win. I do think the one quality that I think this team really has that shows up is a refusal to give in. And I think in college football, that's not always the norm. I don't think that's always the norm. I think people get into that here we go again mode, or they don't focus on this play. They focus on the final scoreboard, and our team just doesn't seem to do that right now.